What do you think about the Brexit situation as it is now?
I think it's a very complicated issue, and there's lots of misinformation out there, and people tend to polarize the situation. So there's lots of criticism towards the people who actually voted in favour of Brexit, and there's lots of misunderstanding in the reasons why these people actually voted for Brexit. So, and I also think that these people also didn't quite understand what they were going for. On the other side of the coin, the flip side of the coin, I think that also the people who are against Brexit don't quite understand what the situation was and why such a big part of the population actually voted for Brexit. There's lots of misinformation, as I said, and fake news, and so the media plays an extremely important role in this. There's lots of propaganda for Brexit, and people tend to sort of speak to people's gut. Lots of populism, and that's not a good thing in my opinion. I feel like people should sort of be more informed on Brexit at the very moment. But I don't feel like the people in itself are quite informed at the present moment, and Europe's role in the bigger picture also is very debatable at the very moment. So I feel like an important thing to do now as an individual, as a citizen, and I'm Italian, so I'm not like into it as an English person, but I feel like lots of reading and that's essential to get a broad understanding of the situation as it is now, and especially sort of an objective perspective on it, because it's very easy to fall into just being on one side or on the other, and closing the mindset and closing oneself to other possible options. So yeah.
And what do you think is the best possible outcome now?
I'm personally against separation in general, because I feel like on an economic level, separation is weakness. So union is always better. I feel like Europe now has monetary union, not the UK of course, but has a monetary union, but does not have a financial union. So if these two things had been sort of combined, then on an economic level we wouldn't even have to sort of face the question of Brexit or Brexit or the exit of Italy and whatever. So that's one point on an economic perspective. On a political level, I'm also against separation. So I do feel like a federalization of Europe would be much more effective and powerful, both on a national level and on an international global level. Yeah, to compete with China and USA, etc. Also for general welfare and wealth. So yeah. Sure.
And as a young European person, how does Brexit make you feel about your future?
That's a very good question. I feel like there's lots of opportunities. I mean, these issues do sort of create new opportunities for the new generations. So just learning in general is an extremely good option to sort of get through this issue in general, and it is an opportunity to know more about how our society in the present is actually working, how the dynamics work. So both on an economic and financial level, as well as a political and cultural level, sociological level. So that is really a good opportunity for people and youngsters sort of to not just complain about the issue. And yes, all these people in politics and suits are creating these issues, and we are going to have a terrible future because of them, but rather take action and learn and flip the situation around. Yeah, that's my idea.